Hey everybody, this is video number 50. That is 5 chunks of 10 videos, which means there are 4 chunks of 10 videos left, 40 left, 50 down after this one. Thanks so much for following. This has been an absolute blast. I'm going to launch into this because there's a lot percolating in my mind right now. I'm reading a book called The All-Knowing Diary. That's what The All-Knowing Diary looks like backwards. It's about universal intelligence, which I may have mentioned before. I recommend going to allknowingdiary.com, or search up universal intelligence, Google all-knowing diary, and you can find out more about Daniel and universal intelligence. It's deep, and there's a lot to it, and I'm excited to explore. And I'm reading his book, and it connected with something I talked about with Deborah Wilson, who is... she's a hilarious comedian and actress. She was on Mad TV. That's where you probably recognize her from, but she's been in lots of movies. And she was a special guest speaker at my event, at a Night of Creative Compassion on Saturday night. And she is just... she's on her journey. I mean, she's been on her journey for a while, but she's connected with so much about self, about the universe, about spirituality, about purpose and meaning, and love, and compassion, and connection. I feel a sneeze coming on, so I apologize if I do. Wait, here it comes. Listen, if you stayed with me through me sneezing, I know that you're with me. So thank you so much for your support. That's my first sneeze on video. Firsts for everything. Check it off. And we were talking about our purpose here on Earth and spreading the message, whether it's of a God or a specific God or a higher being or your higher self or your higher purpose or source or an all-knowing being or universe, maybe whatever you call it, whatever you connect with it, universal love. We're just talking about our higher purpose. Our purpose while we're here on Earth and then beyond. And I'm reading in this book, and it really does talk about how we exist as thought. That we see ourselves as this physical, we are our physical bodies, whereas our physical bodies are just such a small, minute part of what we comprise of, what we are, what we're interconnected to. Along the lines of probably what I've mentioned before of the idea of being spiritual beings in a physical body, in a physical world. Or in a sense, we can see it that way, but it's still a spiritual world, but it has a lot of more tangible physical dimensions. And we don't want to limit ourselves to just seeing it like that. We want to break through that and see it as limitless, as infinite. Not just what's in front of us, but what's in here, and what's in our hearts, what we are. Rather than being a limited body and being, we are a limitless being. We are infinite beings. And it talks about the body just being a tool. You know, you are pure energy, you're pure thought. And something that Deborah and I and a couple other people were talking about, we were riffing on, and it was beautiful, was something along the lines of that. And also, you know, when we pass, I mean, there's this idea, we go to heaven or do we go somewhere, what happens? And it was just a light bulb moment. I thought, might as well talk about this in the video, this idea about what's our life purpose, what's our life journey. This idea of being a life student, of working toward a mastery of something, or a constant new mastery of taking in what does it mean to be human, and connecting to this higher sense, higher self, universal being, just the universe, and what happens when we pass. And it was just this idea of we each go along our own journey of self-discovery, of exploration, discovery, truth, enlightenment, breakthrough. And some people have a lot of difficulty doing that. Some people may not actually get to that point. They may stay within the rigid walls of the limited beliefs that were implanted within, or that they took on and allowed those limiting beliefs to define them. But many of us also keep going forward. We say, this is not all it is. We ask the right questions, answers come, and we push forward with discovering who we are, what we're capable of. These unlimited and infinite possibilities, opportunities, capabilities. And so we house them within, even though we're all interconnected by thought, by energy, a communal mind. My thoughts are your thoughts are my thoughts. All are the thoughts of the universe, all sharing the same space. But at least to some extent, as we house them within our physical body to some extent, we go throughout our lives hopefully looking for more and more and more to discover, to reach a sense of awakening, of enlightening. And then when we pass, the idea that came to my mind was that everything that we have taken in over time, that we've learned, that we've lived, that we've loved, then truly becomes a new manifestation. It adds further to the vibration of the universe that we still add to and contribute to while we are here, present on this earth. But thinking about shifting into this new phase, this revolution of positivity, of goodness, of connection, straying from violence and war and hatred and bigotry and persecution and prejudice and selfishness and greed. Maybe it takes each generation of people taking on all of these thoughts, all of these ideas, all of these breakthroughs, these mind revolutions, and connecting to this higher self, their higher self, and each other's higher self. And then once we leave in our physical sense, maybe it just permeates even deeper and creates whatever the new vibration is. And so if a lot of us pass from this physical world with a lot of these negative thoughts and limiting thoughts, well, that lowers the overall vibration, obviously. But as we evolve physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, energetically, there's more of us who pass from this generation with those thoughts and feelings in our mind and our body. Maybe that will raise the vibration for the next generation. And we'll stray from the negative, we'll go toward the positive and what is, and the truth, and not the lies, and the fog, and the haze, and the limiting beliefs that hold us back, but rather this open box of just everything. We break open through it. We've been contained in this box, and we break open, and the universe, the infinite universe is there for us. We can go wherever we want to go, we can do whatever we want to do, we can be whatever we want to be. So just this idea that I'm riffing on. I'd love to hear your thoughts on life purpose, and then what's beyond this physical life. There's a lot more to talk about. I'm going to read more of this book and I'll get inspired. It's good to get a nice long video in there in the midst of all the shorter ones too. Okay, thank you for watching video number 50. So exciting. Bye-bye.